Mike Alstott versus Larry Csonka. Who is better and who is greater? Mike Alstott, let's start off with him. His stats: he had 5,088 rushing yards on 1,359 attempts, 58 touchdowns, averaging 3.7 yards a carry. Only had 32 fumbles throughout his career. Had 2,284 receiving yards on 305 receptions, 13 touchdowns. Averaged 7.5 yards per reception and ran a 4.68 40-yard dash. Mike Alstott is 6'1", 250 pounds. He is one of the strongest fullbacks in NFL history. Mike Alstott carried men fighting for extra yards after contact. Mike Alstott always broke the first tackle. He just bounced off the tacklers, man. Mike Alstott was an elite goal line back that always broke solo tackles. I mean, just check this dude out. Mike Alstott showed incredible second effort on runs. I mean, man, look at this. Mike Alstott was also a solid receiving back. Mike Alstott had underrated juke and spin moves. I mean, just look at this. Mike Alstott was a real man that mowed over tacklers. Here's Mike Allstott's achievements. He had 6 Pro Bowls in his career, 3 first-team All-Pros, 1 second-team All-Pro. Never had any MVP votes, Offensive Player of the Year votes. Finished 3rd place in Offensive Rookie of the Year. Never made a Super Bowl or won a Super Bowl MVP. Now let's check out Larry Csonka. Larry Csonka's stats: had 8,081 rushing yards on 1,891 attempts, 64 touchdowns, 4.3 yards per attempt, 21 fumbles, 820 receiving yards, 106 receptions, 4 touchdowns, averaged 7.7 yards per reception, and ran a 4.7 40-yard dash. Larry Csonka is a huge beast of a man at 6'3", 235 to 260 pounds, depending on the time in his career. Larry Csonka carried men with his extreme strength for the time period.
Do the inflicting first.
Larry Csonka had underrated speed, running a 4.7 40-yard dash. Larry Csonka absolutely punished the secondary. Just listen to this clip.
The man in the secondary obviously had to have an extreme size and weight advantage. Generally, they were looking for a side shot rather than a head-on shot, simply because of the ratio of size, weight, so on. Very often, if you would cut back directly into them, that element of surprise would completely discombobulate whatever they were trying to put together. And you'd be able to not only avoid the tackle, but lay in some devastating blows.
Larry Csonka admired contact and bowled through men. Larry Csonka had a great break tackle ability, one of the greatest in NFL history. Here's Larry Csonka's achievements. Made 5 Pro Bowls, in his NFL career, 2 first-team All-Pros, 1 second-team All-Pro. He finished 3rd and 6th place in MVP voting, 2nd in Offensive Player of the Year. Didn't place in Offensive Rookie of the Year. Made it to 2 Super Bowls and won 1 Super Bowl MVP. Here's a stats comparison for you to look at. Mike Alstott has him on receiving yards, but Larry Zonk has him on everything else. Then here's the achievements side by side. Larry Zonka won 2 Super Bowls. Mike Alstott never made it to one. So, in closing, Mike Alstott is the better fullback. Grew up in a different time period, just cruising, bruising man. But Larry Zonka is far greater.
And the offensive line of the Dallas Cowboys came from the center field over towards the sidelines, right where I was standing, and blocked out the sun. I had no idea how much bigger players had gotten. On TV, I just thought they were hiring midgets as referees. They were getting smaller. I didn't realize it was the players getting bigger. There's a guy standing in front of me, an offensive tackle for the Dallas Cowboys. Played at Clemson University, Frank Howard. His name was Nate Newton. He was right in front of me. The man has an ass this wide.